up, everyone? It's me, Stef, the Alt Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught my eye. I'm filming this live for the Daily Nerd Live Sunday edition, and you can catch me here every Sunday, 10 o'clock UK time, 5 o'clock Eastern. With that being said, yes, apparently Meghan Markle is in a bad place, according to an expert. Is she really in a bad place? How much of a bad place is she really in? Do you really believe it? Well, let's jump into it, shall we? So this has been reported by the New York Post. Meghan Markle is in a bad place after scathing Vanity Fair exposé, according to the expert. Aww, Megsy's victimising herself. She's the victim, guys. Not the ex-employees that she's allegedly bullied. Bullied some into freaking therapy. No, they're not the victims. Megs is the victim, guys. Oh, my goodness. This is freaking predictable. Here we've got this kind of introduction to the article. We all know now about that Vanity Fair article, exposing Megsy for the alleged bully that she actually is, blah, 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 blah. But the New York Post here is saying that Vanity Fair has gone into Hauser and Megsy's struggling business ventures. I like it how they term it like that. Guys, if you didn't check out earlier on the first topic for today's Daily Nerd Live, rewind back if you missed it. Because, yeah, they're definitely struggling with their business ventures because according to Kinsey Schofield, Megsy and Hauser have been fired and lost another contract worth over $20 million from Penguin Random House. Yeah, that whole book deal that they had apparently is now down the toilet. Their business ventures, they're definitely struggling indeed. Now, according to royal expert and commentator Kinsey Schofield, the Sussexes are licking their wounds after being left bruised and upset by the shocking claims. Aww. But Kinsey Schofield says, look, they're in a bad place right now. It's my understanding that they are upset over it, and I'm being told that things aren't good for them right now. Now, Kinsey Schofield's legit, okay? So anything that comes from Kinsey Schofield, I do definitely take with more than a pinch of salt, right? She's got her sources. She knows what she's talking about. I definitely believe her and trust her. Now, Kinsey Schofield then says, between Megsy's show being postponed, which I've heard was Netflix's idea, and just the idea that she has worked so hard to rebrand herself, and here comes a very respected publication reiterating some of the nastiest claims about her. Now, stay tuned for the final Daily Nerd Live story for today because talking about her Netflix show and that being delayed, apparently she's now trying to monetize the LA fire tragedy by using her Netflix show. So stay tuned for that straight after this story here on the Daily Nerd Live Sunday edition. She's had to postpone her show, which Kinsey Schofield is saying was Netflix's idea, not hers. And a couple of days later, Vanity Fair drops their article, right? And so Kinsey Schofield says here, so I think they're bruised and they're sitting back trying to figure out how to process going forward. But here, New York Post is saying, look, Kinsey Schofield's claims have not been confirmed by the couple's camp, blah, 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 blah. What's really, really shocking about this whole thing and what Kinsey Schofield's sources are telling her is essentially this, right? If Megsy was such a humanitarian, if Megsy really cared the way that she tries to show herself as being caring, right? She'd be like, the source would be like to Kinsey Schofield, look, okay? Megsy's in a bad place, all right? This Vanity Fair article is a proper takedown of her. But Megsy's also worried about, these ex-employees, this, that, and the other, and their experience of her, their reported experience of her. She wants to try and do something about it. She wants to reach out to them and try and sort it out, blah, 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 right? No. Kinsey Schofield's source is not saying that. Kinsey Schofield sauce is turning round and is saying Megsy's in a bad place. Megsy's the victim of this Vanity Fair article. She's bruised. She's hurt. Wah. Do you know what? Kinsey Schofield sauce? What about the freaking alleged victims of Megsy? Of them being bullied? Some of them being bullied into freaking therapy. What about all the alleged victims over the years? Let's go back to the OGs, right, at Kensington Palace, where some allegedly were bullied so much that they had to go to a doctor and be signed off sick because it was that bad. They're in a freaking bad place, not Megsy. But no, the source don't say that. The source don't say that to Kinsey. The source says to Kinsey, oh, Megsy's in a bad place. Megsy's the victim. Wah. The source, as far as I'm concerned, is totally in the wrong here. Now, let me be very clear. I'm not shooting the messenger. Kinsey Schofield, I highly respect. I really, really do like, okay? So I am not shooting the messenger. Do not get that twisted. It's the source. Because it's very, very important, right, when you use linguistic analysis, or for me, let me be very clear, amateur linguistic analysis. It's really important to look at, yes, what they do say, but just as important to look at what they don't say. And this is a problem because, again, this source is all about Megsy being in a bad place, Megsy being the victim of the Vanity Fair article, this, that, and the other, right? But no care, no consideration, no compassion to the alleged victims of Megsy's alleged bullying. Why didn't the source turn around and say, do you know what? Megsy is really compassionate. She does care. She is a humanitarian. She does care about her workers. She's absolutely horrified to think that anyone could have had a bad experience with her. So she's reaching out to these ex-employees right now to see what she can do to rectify it. There was a misunderstanding, blah, 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 blah. No, there's none of that whatsoever. It's all me, and me. It's all her being victimized. She's the victim with a capital freaking V. The narcissistic nutbag strikes again. So as far as I'm concerned, first and foremost, again, disclaimer, I am not shooting the messenger. Kinsey Schofield, I highly respect and I really do like. So this ain't against her. It's the source. Megsy's not in a freaking bad place. It's her alleged victims that she allegedly bullied. Bullied some of them to freaking therapy. Bullied some of them into freaking going to the doctor and being signed off sick. They're the ones in a freaking bad place, not Megsy. Megsy's got her freaking millions. She's got everything that she wanted. You think she's really in a bad place? Freaking go do one. With that being said, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you yet. We're going to get on to our fourth story for today's Daily Nerd Live in a moment. But for those watching on the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. On your way out, please make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe, because I'll be honest with you, help us now get to 1 million so we can also get that go play button right there and hopefully cause a Meghan Markle meltdown on Instagram. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's. Again, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. The fourth topic is coming up in a moment. For those watching on the replay, till the next time, laters.